Hi everybody, thanks for hopping online and checking out our video on how to make your own tutu skirt. So far we've raised a tremendous amount of money for our GoFundMe page, which is Northants Independent Teachers of the Arts Fund. Everybody that's bought one of these packs, all your money will go towards that fund and to help out our local teachers who right now are maybe struggling because they can't teach and they're self-employed. So when you receive your pack, you'll receive a full pack kit that comes like this. So inside you'll have a little thank you note from us, all of the net that you need, and also you'll have your lycra strips. So depending on what colours you've got, I've tried to mix them up a little bit. So you'll have 3 lycra strips and your tutu net. Now I'll get into showing you exactly what's involved. So in this pack, we are going to show you everything that's included in your pack to make your kits. So you will have strips of lycra. You'll have 3 strips all together. So I've got 1, 2, 3 strips of lycra. These may vary in length because it depends what size of pack you purchased. You may have noticed my ones are particularly large because I'm making this lovely tutu for a wonderful gentleman, namely my husband, who agreed to wear a tutu if we raised £500 or more. We are now over £600 raised, so my husband is going to be modelling this later, which I'm sure he's going to love. So you've got your 3 strips of lycra, so if you put those to one side, we're going to be plaiting those in a second. And then you should have your net. So again, the number of net pieces will be dependent on the size of tutu that you've ordered. So this particular one that I'm making, I'm going to make in a few different colours. Some of you will have just one colour, some of you will have a 50-50 split. So you can make them however you wish and you can add the net however you would like. But my suggestion would be initially to get all of your net together, separate it all out, so you're ready to go. All of the net has been cut by hand, so if it's slightly caught together, you may just need a pair of scissors just to snip those little sections that might be caught together. I hopefully have caught everything and cut everything properly when I've made these for you. However, I am making a lot at the moment, so I do apologise if you need to get a pair of scissors out and just make sure. So you're going to want your 3 strands of lycra all together. Just make sure they're all level at the top, and then you're going to tie a knot in the top of your lycra. So it's really simple. All you're doing is just literally tying a loop, and you're going to tie a knot. This is just going to be the end of your tutu, just so that you know where you're going to be tying to. So if I just ask for my assistant to come round, so what you then want to do is you want to know roughly how big you're going to need. Turn around for me. So you need to know that actually you've got enough there to plait and then knot through all your tutu net. Thank you. So we're now going to plait the lycra. So you have your 3 lycra strips, you put a knot in the top, and if you haven't got anybody to hold the end of your lycra for you, I just use something to weight down the lycra, like a heavy bowl or a saucepan or something that's quite heavy, if you want to take a video of that, Louis. So I literally put it on the top to give me a base. So what we're now going to do is we're going to plait the lycra. So to plait, you separate your lycra out into 3 pieces, and then you literally just plait one piece and take it in turns to plait your lycra. So this plait will become the strengthened waistband that you need. So we're plaiting it just to give it some rigidity when you're going to tie your net over the top of it later. So we're just doing a normal plait. So 1, try and keep the colour of the lycra if you've got a shine lycra or a coloured lycra and it's only on one side. You try and keep that out. Just move this along a little bit so you can see, and then just move that there. Let me move my weight, and then we're going to keep plaiting. So you're just plaiting. Doesn't have to be tight. It can be nice and nice and loose. You haven't got to do really tight plaits. You want to make sure that you've still got some stretch in the lycra so that it can tie around your waist properly. So if we just keep plaiting, and then what you do is once you get to the end, we'll show you what you're going to do. Your plait, just make sure you've got some good stretch still left in the lycra, and you've got your end piece there. You're just going to put a knot in the end of the lycra again. So the same way that you did at the beginning, you're just literally going to put a quick knot in the end of the lycra. And just pull it nice and tight and make sure you've got a nice end piece. So once you've got your finished plaited and knotted lycra, I'm going to ask my assistant back over. You just want to make sure that it's definitely going to be big enough to go around your waist. So if you just pop it around your waist and then just check that you've got plenty of stretch and it's big enough to go around the waist. So that should be absolutely perfect. So if you've knotted and you're using a pillow or a cushion, you should have knotted in the centre at the back of your cushion and then have the front of your tutu facing you. So this is going to be your centre front of your tutu. I'd always recommend working from the centre front because you can then work equally all the way around your tutu for you. So this is where the strips come in. So you should have strips of net like this. And what you're going to do is you're going to fold the strip of net in half because this is what we're going to use to knot. So if you fold the strip of net in half and then you create a little loophole like that. So when you're going down towards your tutu, you want your loophole on the top. I don't know if you can all see that. And then what you're going to do is place that over the waistband that you've tied. You're going to then pop the net through. We'll do a close-up on this in a second. But you're going to pop the net through and underneath. And that creates a knot. And then what you do to tidy up that knot, you just pull it a little bit tighter, and that is your first piece of net on your tutu skirt. So I've folded my net, I've created my equal fold with my loop, and then you're going to make sure, can you see that, Louis?
Yes.
You're going to make sure you've got your elastic underneath, your hole is here, and you're going to bring both pieces of the net, not just one, you're going to bring both. So you see there you've brought both pieces of the net through, and you're going to tighten it and knot it in the same way that you did the first one. Try and keep them level because you don't want them twisting round, and then just keep moving it round and tightening. And then you can, when you've kind of finished off, you can actually start to bring them a bit closer together, you can tighten them a bit more, but to begin with, you want to just start getting your piece of net all together. Is it visible? So now that you've knotted all of your net around your waistband, you should have your finished tutu skirt that looks a little bit like this. All you're going to do is just untie it from the back of your cushion, and you should then have a complete tutu skirt. Now, as I say, these are completely non-sewing, make your own tutu skirt, and they're a tie waist. So once you've completed it, you can literally just tie it around your waist and tie at the back for your tutu skirt.